And it's up. Good morning, y'all. I apologize for really not making a lot of videos. If you are feeling me, I don't apologize if you're not. But nah, good morning. Welcome to Miss Keish Love. How y'all doing this morning? I want to say, first of all, rest in peace to Takeoff today. It's been, I think, 2 years maybe. If it's 3, I'm going to trip out. But I think it's been 2. Rest in peace to Takeoff. Also, welcome home, Thug. I'm going to welcome him home. The reason why I'm going to welcome him home is because he did his little time for his little crime. Well, whatever kind of crime he was doing. That's what they said. Also, it's just been a whole roller coaster. So his dad was speaking, and the dad basically was saying that he wanted to fight more, but he had to respect his son. You know what I'm saying? Like, his son wanted to come home. He didn't want to be up in there. Like, it's time to go. And y'all gonna stop messing with Gunna too. They done told y'all already. That man said what he said because he had to say what he had to say. Until you go to court and you in this situation, this predicament, that you speak on it. But y'all gonna stop running around calling that man a snitch, and he not. Okay? Stop that. That man ain't did nothing to nobody. Alright? So
we need to start making the people accountable that makes the decisions for us. So we need to put the right people in office. We need to start standing the people that we vote for.
That's
and now
Thug's
that we
dad.
have voting right now.
And
You know,
I was just putting a little bit of hold up, let me see. So he said something about Fonnie Willis. So he was basically saying that we need to put the right people in office and stuff. But everybody's so worried about that damn presidency. That's all. But your local politicians, your judges, DAs, they count who you put in office. But nobody's never really paying attention to that. Start paying more attention. So that's what he's saying. He was saying basically, Kramer, what's the name? Remember that out here in Georgia. I think Fulton County. For a judge, I think he's saying. So, this is the news I was getting to. The Kim Porter news. Oh my gosh. The Kim Porter news. Did y'all hear the man, which his name is, he looked like TD Jakes, but he not. Everybody thought it was. I did too. But it's not. And him and the young lady did say that they have a diary. They said the person that got it, they tweaked the words up, but they do have a diary and they are bringing it out. Oh, man. So, yeah, so here goes.
Because my next guest just testified before a federal grand jury. He says he was in possession of a trove of digital evidence from Diddy's freak-offs and parties. His name is Courtney Burgess. And he says a friend gave him 11 flash drives that belonged to the late Kim Porter. And if you follow this story, you'll know that Kim Porter is Diddy's ex-girlfriend and the mother of 4 of his kids. On those drives, the witness says 8 videos featured 8 celebrities at Diddy freak-offs or parties, and that 6 were males, 2 were females. The drive also included a manuscript of an alleged Kim Porter memoir, a memoir that her 4 kids insist is fake. Courtney Burgess told his story on a podcast before he told the grand jury today, and after he told the grand jury, and I mean immediately after, he booked it over to my set, and he and his attorney talked to me. I should tell you that he was very limited in how much detail he could go into about his testimony. And because the 8 people in the videos, the 8 celebrities in the videos were allegedly victims of sex crimes, we know who they are, but we will not be naming them, famous or not. Here now is my conversation with Courtney Burgess and Ariel Mitchell, who's his attorney, beginning with the question of whether the participants in the video even knew they were being recorded.
Ooh. You know
Were there
what?
any cameras in places where you'd...
Catch that tea. Catch that tea. She said, was there any... Wait a minute, she about to ask the question. We about to go to her. Hold on.
assume privacy, like bathrooms?
Well, I've never been in this house, but the picture, yes. Yes. That's what took place, yes.
You're aware of surreptitious cameras that were recording in private places like bathrooms?
I didn't see the cameras. You could tell how the person was angled. I knew that it was a camera there because I was there. You know, I was there. I don't know if the person was too tall, he was holding it or whatever, but I wasn't there.
May I ask you this, Courtney? And Ariel, you can jump in on this as well, but I want to hear from Courtney first. Your home was raided by federal authorities, and I assume it is because of...
Okay, so they basically been talking, and all of a sudden this man saying something about he wasn't there. Doesn't sound too good to me. What do you mean, bro? Like, come on, y'all. Let me finish. Let's finish.
Of this material, is that true?
I wouldn't say that. They just went to every one of them looking for me. They said, the paperwork said the 24th, that I had to be there the 28th, and then it was the 27th. I can't make it there. That's tomorrow. So I don't know. From the look of it, it was 4 days.
And I want to be specific. When we talk about a raid, we're talking about when a subpoena is served for documents, a search warrant, or an arrest warrant. In this situation, Mr. Burgess was not in any way, shape, or form had a search warrant or an arrest warrant issued for him. It was just them serving a subpoena. So when the federal government needs to serve a subpoena, they use the Marshal Service to come to all of your residences if you have more than one residence. So in this situation, they sent marshals to all of Mr. Burgess's residences, and that was somehow construed or understood or turned into a raid, but he did not face a raid. It was just to serve him a subpoena.
Ariel, do you believe that the subpoenas were issued and executed based on the federal authorities' knowledge that these flash drives existed and had this kind of compromising material?
I think it was based on statements that Mr. Burgess made in a prior interview.
And those statements include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury. Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if they were. Right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let me rephrase it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
All of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all, to be honest.
He said, I think all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized.
Yeah.
Meaning
Victim.
this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it, what they was doing.
How much baby oil was in it?
And of those 8, how many
Allegedly.
seemed to be potentially minors?
2 to 3, possibly 3.
Y'all hear this on somebody else?
2 to 3.
Not mine.
Also on the flash drives, Courtney, was what looked to be a manuscript written by, it appears to be a woman who had taken Kim Porter's private journals and had written a book. Is that accurate?
We don't know.
I
We don't know how. Yeah.
I don't know how, who wrote it, put it together, but it was from her when I spoke to her.
What you received on the flash drives, was it the completed book, or was it notes from Kim Porter that later were made into a book?
It was completed. It's only 60,
Okay.
only about 54 pages.
Sure, and in the beginning, it says, Kim made me promise that if something happened to her, I would make sure this book became public to the world. The way Sean moved, I knew that was a promise I would have to fulfill. Kim knew I was a woman of my word, and this book was going to make it to print. So it sounds like it is a woman who wrote up the notes from Kim Porter. Does that sound accurate?
It's how you read it, yes. I haven't even read the book.
Do you know who the woman is?
No.
And to be clear, he received it in its complete form. So I think just to make sure we have some clarity here, the manuscript that Mr. Burgess received was already in its complete form. It's not that he edited it or changed anything.
Got it.
He did give it to someone
Makes
else
sense.
who then edited.
Oh, bless me. Sorry, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. So boom, they was on TMZ too. So here's their TMZ real quick.
Have the feds been in contact with you? I did watch your YouTube interview. I saw as of 2 weeks ago they haven't been in contact with you. What about today?
Yes.
So they have been in contact with you. Is that why you're here today?
She's trying to take the mic.
Okay. Oh, wow. So were you surprised, or was that the part that you were kind of waiting for?
Surprise.
Oh. Do you feel like the interview had anything to do with it, or?
So TMZ, go to TMZ. Shouts to you. Shouts to. Hold up. I'm sorry. Wow. Actually, I think that was the news station Fox. Oh, sorry, I did the cross-eye look. Anyway, I think that was a news station. That I was getting that information from. My light just went out, so that means bye. So yeah, you heard it from them. I'm not gonna give you too much, but it's going to get crazy. And Diddy, y'all son, Diddy, tell your sons to stay out of people's face. Y'all know Ray J a little cray cray. He really is. I think he would have hit one, kicked one, and do something to the other. Had one in the headlock. I think he would have probably beat two up. One would have got a couple hits, but other than that, Ray would have got that. Alright, y'all. I need y'all to subscribe to your girl, K. Ooh, I was still on the K Love. Miss Keish Love. Let's go, and let's go.